Once, there lived 4 creatures at the bottom of the ocean. Each creature knew it was just a matter of time before it was their turn to be taken by the unknown horrors that lurked in the impenetrable darkness. And then there were 3. Far above, the 3 creatures could see a glimmer of light. This light sometimes allowed them to see glimpses of the monsters that surrounded them. These warnings often gave them just enough time to save themselves. The creatures concluded that the light was their only means of salvation. They yearned to be in its warm, embracing presence, so they built a submarine to take them there. During the journey, the creatures knew so little about the light that they made up all kinds of extraordinary stories to make sense of it. They worshipped the light, all the time trying to understand it better. As the creatures made their way towards the light, they uncovered its true nature, and it lost the meaning it once held. Their previous fanciful stories no longer made sense, as they now grasped the fundamental properties of the light. They could no longer worship it. Their old belief was dead. Eventually, the submarine broke the surface, away from the depths and into the fullness of the light. The creatures were free from the archaic monsters of the past. They built telescopes and all manner of instruments to understand the light better, and over time, it opened their eyes to extraordinary discoveries about the world they lived in. However, the immense depth of the ocean through which the light had revealed itself in glimmers of mystery had once given the creatures a sense of purpose, of meaning and hope. Now, after years of floating, the 3 creatures began to feel a vast emptiness. Were they destined to forever spend their days bobbing along an endless flat surface that was devoid of the profound sense of meaning they once felt? One of the creatures wanted them all to return to the depths, arguing that the light would seem magical and mysterious again, and that they would rediscover both their sense of meaning and purpose. One scoffed at this, arguing that the world no longer had a deeper meaning. There was no meaning that stretched into the past and infinitely into the future. Instead, meaning was to be found by paying attention to the moment-by-moment experience of the world. The last creature shook its head and claimed that the other 2 both had it wrong. The only meaning in the world was the one which was subjectively placed upon it. So, whilst the first creature stuck its head back into the water, and the second creature was trying to find himself in deep meditation, the third was running around acting irrationally. The 3 creatures became obsessed with their particular meaning of life and how to make sense of it. As they squabbled and argued, they tore the submarine apart, and eventually, in exasperation, they were forced to abandon it. It sank into the obscurity of the past. As the creatures treaded water, one of them would find a solidness to cling to. It would cry out that it had found truth, as it was able to definitively orientate itself in a meaningful direction. But the solidness always turned out to be nothing more than shifting sand. Then, after years of struggle, a solidness. However, this was different. It was unyielding and immense. It allowed them to orientate themselves in one direction, giving purpose and hope. With this newfound direction, they were able to lift themselves out of the shadowy depths of the past. Ahead of them was a new world of opportunity. It was at this moment the 3 creatures realized that they were only at the beginning of their extraordinary and enlightening journey toward profound meaningfulness.